Here's a point of consumer purchasing power knowledge that you probably didn't know you have, but you will by the end of this video, so make sure you watch till the end. If you're worried about buying something and it going wrong, and then having difficulties fighting the company to get your money back, or to get a repair or replacement and these kind of things, especially if it's something expensive and you want that little bit of extra protection, many of you will already know that you get extra protection if you pay on a credit card, because you can go to the credit card company and they will help you to resolve the issue. However, what if you're in the position where you don't want to put the whole thing on your credit card? Let's say it's £2,000 or £3,000 and you don't want to put the whole amount onto your credit card, even if that's to put it on the credit card and then pay it off afterwards. Let's say you don't want to do that, but you still want the protection. Well, here's where the little trick comes in, because Section 75 of the Consumer Credit Act 1974 is the provision that makes the credit company liable, jointly liable, for the purchase that you've made for this product. For example, let's say you're buying a nice camera for £2,000 or £3,000. You don't want to put it on a credit card, but you do want the extra protection in case it goes wrong. But for this to be operative, you don't need to pay the full amount or even £100 on your credit card. It only has to be a part payment. For example, if the camera is £2,000 or £3,000 and you put, let's say, £50 deposit or £100 deposit on your credit card, you are protected for the full amount of the purchase, because the full amount of the purchase is between £100 and £30,000. So just by making this small payment on your credit card engages the Consumer Credit Act, Section 75, and it brings the creditor in with joint liability for the purchase. This can be particularly useful if the company goes out of business or if something goes wrong with the product. A few caveats to remember, however: this won't apply to PayPal necessarily, because there are some legal arguments about having a third-party intermediary with whom you have a relationship before the money goes to the company that you're buying it from. This argument might also be true for flight-only tickets where you're using an agent to book the ticket. You're essentially giving the money to the agent who is buying the ticket on your behalf, so they are a third party. There are some legal arguments there to be aware of. Also remember, it doesn't apply to debit cards. This is only credit cards because they are governed by the Consumer Credit Act 1974. Although provided you can give the bank sufficient information, you might still be able to make a chargeback on your debit card, but it's not the same mechanism as Section 75. Also, if it's a large purchase, try to make sure that it is the primary card holder that makes the purchase as against a secondary card holder, just to avoid any complications with the claim. And finally, although you can technically make a cash withdrawal from a credit card, and they usually charge you a fee for doing so, these withdrawals won't be covered by Section 75 because there is no link between the card company and any retailer, even if you've used that money to go off and buy the product itself. So I hope that's useful and answered some questions. As always, I'd appreciate a like, a subscribe, and share this video with someone, because that really helps my channel grow. Thanks so much for watching.